Now we are going to see about ECMS technology. The standard of ECMS technology is 1905.1. Before going to see about the ECMS technology, we will see some basic definitions. Proprietary means relating to owner. The exchange of the information within that owner, within that particular vendor is called the proprietary. Proprietary.
Okay.
Interoperability. Interoperability means exchange the information between the different vendors. So it.
The vendors mean?
Vendors means the manufacturer of.
Okay. So different vendor means different two companies.
Yes sir.
Okay.
The ECMS standard is 1905.1. We know it is an interoperability standard. Why it is called the interoperability standard means in ECMS technology, if you add some other APIs from different vendors, we can add the APIs from the different vendors.
Okay, so different vendor APIs can work together if they follow ECMS.
Yes sir.
Okay.
Why you are going to mesh instead of external device? If you use external device, I see one picture. This is our home. Here we use one access point, and the external device is I am come out from this access in this room. I cannot contact with the access point because I am come out from the range of the access point. So external device is used in another room. This external device get the connection. This external device get the internet from the access point, and it has separate network and separate SSS ID. My device is connected with this access point, and after come out of this access point range, I cannot connect with the access point. So we need to connect my device with the extender. It is automatically disconnect from the access point. Again, we need to connect with the extended device. Instead of this, we use mesh technology. In mesh technology, one access point is there, and all other access point is each access point is connected with each other. So now my device is connected with this access point, and after I come out from this range, now I am in this room, and my device is automatically connected to this access point. I need not to connect it with again. It is automatically connected in mesh technology. This is called roaming.
Okay, so it moves from one access point.
Yes sir.
What about the SSIDs of this?
The SSID of the mesh technology is same for all the. It is a single large network. It is not a separate network. So the SSID of this mesh technology is same.
Okay, so what is the channel? Is all the channels also same, or channels will be different for each APs?
Channels will be different.
Channels will be same. In all the mesh APs, channels will be same. Okay.
Benefits of the ECMS technology.
If only they are in the same channel, each AP can talk to each other, right? If they are in different channel, how both the APs can talk?
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Benefits of the ECMS technology: flexible design. We can extend the coverage area through the perfect placement of EAPs without requiring the wire connection. We can also using the wire connection also. Network intelligence. Network intelligence means self-organizing. Self-organizing means it collects the information like packet error and how many packets are transmitted. Packet errors means the packets are going from sender to receiver. In between there are the damages occur in the packet. It is called a packet error. Scalability means wherever you want to add some APIs, you can add the APIs easily. Capability and metrics reporting.
You mean what is meant by scalable?
Scalable means if you want to add one AP, anywhere you can add that AP in mesh technology.
Okay, so actual meaning of scalable is it is easy to enlarge. Suppose we have kind of few APs in this room, and if we want to make this network, if we want to place another AP in another building, you can place an AP and that will get connected here. So you are enlarging the network. This is what is scalable. So that is easy with the mesh.
Capability. The controller here in mesh technology, controller means the root AP. The root AP of mesh technology understands the capability of all agents. Each agent means each AP from the different vendors. That each agent reports their capability. Capability means the throughput and the signal strength and the number of radio availables. All the list of this information is reported to controller by the agency. Throughput means the actual speed of the data transfer.
Very good. Okay. Number of radios are telling, right? What do you mean by a radio?
Radio means signals.
Okay. Actually, see, we have an AP, right? Basically, the radio device, it transfers the 2.5 gigahertz
And 5 gigahertz.
So both will have a different radio.
Yes.
Okay.
Link optimization. Link optimization means multiple connectivity technologies are used here. Like here the gateway is here, and I am using the access point through the wired connection, and here is one AP. It gets the connection through the wireless from the gateway.
Okay. So what do you mean by link optimization here? So you have two APs. One is connected
With
wired,
wired.
another is connected wireless.
Yes.
What is link optimization? What you are trying to optimize?
Without using wire, we can use the wireless also.
Okay. Link optimization is basically you find the bandwidth of a link, the traffic in that particular link, and choose the link appropriately. So you collect the metrics of the links and choose the appropriate link.
Yes.
This all is done dynamically, right? So this mesh 1905.1, right? So all the APs, they use the standard, they exchange messages. Through the messages, they get the metrics, different metrics they get. One of the metrics is metrics related to link. Based on that, it will identify which link is better, and it will use the appropriate link. That is what is link optimization. Okay.
The next one is Hall layer. Hall layer is in between the network layer and data link layer. The Hall
And go back here.
Hall layer means hardware abstraction layer. Abstraction means hide. It hides the hardware devices. For example, I am connecting the keyboard in this device. It can connect with wired or wireless. This information is hide from the kernel OS and driver.
Okay, in our situation, what kind of hardware is abstracted?
The wired connection or wireless connection to the devices.
Okay.
Internet.
So your devices can have a Ethernet connection, can have a wireless connection, can have a power line connection. So there will be different hardwares there in your device. So different hardwares will have different PHY and different MAC address.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there is one layer which abstracts all the thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it means what? It hides all the thing to the upper layer.
Yes, sir.
That is what is the hardware abstraction layer, right? So your 1905 layer, it has a own MAC address
Yes, sir.
for itself.
Yes, sir.
That one MAC address identifies the 1905 device, that mesh device, irrespective of what underlying hardware you're going to use. Okay.
Here we see the abstraction layer management entity. It provides the how many packets transmitted and the packet errors, all the details given by the abstraction layer management entity.
So basically this abstraction layer management entity, that layer basically communicates with the other mesh devices, sends some packets to the other mesh device, and the packet will contain these metrics. Like how much packet transmitted, what is the throughput of this link, what is the error, packet errors. All this information, it is sent through packets between two mesh devices. by this layer, abstraction layer management. Okay.
Here control message data unit is there. Here see that data frame. It consists of 8 octet header and a type length value. 8 octet address means 1 octet means 8 bits, so 64-bit address is here. It contains the message version and message type, message ID and fragment ID. All that information are stored in that header, and we have type length values there. Type means what type of message we can send, and the length of the message. All the information is stored here.
Okay, so the use of type length value. Why you have this type length value? You can look at.
So if you want to send some message, it has some type. So this type is stored here.
Okay.
And length of that message, every message has some length, so the length of that message is stored here.
Okay, see, for type length value, how you have to think is, see, a sender is sending a message and receiver is going to receive. So when a receiver receives this message, it has to know what type of message it is. Okay, for a particular type, it will also see the length. For processing the message, it has to know the length. So based on the type, on the length, it will go and analyze the message. Okay, so this is a common format where you send this type, length and value of, so you can send lot of types of data. So you can send one type can be for topology parsing information, one type for packet error information, and each will have different length.
Okay.
So in the receiver side, you can see the type and length and you can process the message accordingly.
The abstraction already told the abstraction layer provides a unique EUI48 address to identify a 19051.1 devices.
Okay, so basically every EC mesh device will have its own MAC address.
How connect with APs? In EC mesh technology, if new AP is coming, how it connect with mesh technology? It's we are connecting using push button, and some keys are used to connect the APs to the mesh, and there is some communication, near field communication. Through this near field communication, we can also connect the APs to the mesh. Why we are going to EC mesh means the dynamic network monitoring. The dynamic network monitoring means APs and clients continually exchange their information about the current Wi-Fi network environment. Intelligent steering. Intelligent steering means if the client device want to access the internet from the AP, if the AP is congested, it is in over traffic, it suggests another AP. It is called intelligent steering.
Okay. What is frequency band?
Frequency band steering means if one AP is there, it supports 2 gigahertz and 5. It can support 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. Client devices also supports 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. If the 2.4 gigahertz frequency band is in congested in over traffic, so the AP is allowed the device to the 5 gigahertz frequency band. Okay. It is a frequency steering.
So what is steering? That means moving the client to a
different direction, different bands.
Band. Channel steering is moving the client to a different
channels. Fast network transition. If one client device is there, the client device want to roam to a different AP or band or channel. The connection happens quickly. Wi-Fi, we take the Wi-Fi calling app. It wants the connection very quickly. Like that app, for that application we can use the EC mesh. It's very useful.
Okay.
Modify the network structure. EC mesh can also modify the network structure. How it is? The APs, each APs can disconnect with each other based on the changing the conditions.
Okay, so basically this one is modifying the network structure means suppose if a particular AP in the mesh network, if it is switched off or something, the network structure is modified so that the packet is routed through another mesh AP.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Here I show the addition of the other Wi-Fi ECMS APIs from variety of vendors. We can use a variety of vendors APIs.
Okay, good job.